Words from my great mentor. She said, nobody from your family, nobody from your bloodline, nobody in your closely botched circle ever showed you the respect of being a man. You were taught learned helplessness where haters taught you to rely on them. So you were born relying on people that don't respect you and nowhere near your dreams. You wanted a RC 500 race car in elementary school, which is a Pangani, a $5 million beach home glass, which is about $100 million now. The stuff you wanted, nobody in your circle ever had, so it couldn't be taught to you. But you could have been taught and laced and put on game step by step to be 50% to 100% more successful than you are now. But it was a lack in that. Just like it was a lack behind braces to help your appearance as a child, which you're dealing with at 52 years old. 53, and I guarantee you the number one hater in your life made it look like it was a waste or unimportant investment you made, which was building your own confidence. So anybody that think you don't need to build your confidence is somebody that doesn't deserve 5 minutes of your attention ever, because you've been robbed for decades of your life already. So what I'm basically telling you is everybody in your circle has been negative. Nobody has promoted you or gave you any type of positive energy to be successful except for Irvine and Grace and Shannon. Shannon got on some bullshit, but she gave you some real advice. Your ideas are beyond individuals' imaginations, and for that reason, people are hating on you. And since you talk so much, I bet they've been hating on you all your life. That was real game she gave you. The black car lot guy when you got the Chrysler 300. Well, you say you split it with moms, but I say it was more yours for the fact you paid the car note for 3 years and traded in your paid for a car. But you said mom's put in 3,000 and bought some $2,000 rims, so she put in five, but you paid the car note of $600 for 3 years, which is $21,000 plus 3,000 for your turn in. So while mom's put up 5 G's, 3,000 down, the rims, the grill, she put up about six. You put up $25,000 on the shit. That being said, that same guy at a racist Chrysler dealer that's selling 5 cars a week, which is genius, he told you you got all the game in the world, you don't even know it. Your homeboy Tidy Bowl from Old Hood Crip said you talk too much. If you didn't talk so much, you'll be a powerful man. Your homegirl Jasmine told you you give up all the game for free. All the women in your circle was about money. But I bet you they was sorted out by toxic, negative haters who wish they had somebody in their circle. You can stay with 2 millionaire Caucasian women. Me, I'm mixed, but I have 70% Caucasian blood. And Irvine and Shannon. The only difference with Shannon, she only wanted to see you come up with her. But that being said, to this day, you can stay with me, Irvine, and Shannon, and they never got to pay rent. And I'm going to tell you why you can stay with powerful women like us is because you make us feel like the $100 billion women we want to be. I don't believe no male figures on your bloodline had smooth words that you have with the ladies. Calling ladies sexy slices of cheesecake. Telling them they should be supermodels. They can't talk like that. You got all the game in the world. That's why you was hated on. That's why none of your uncles showed you how to fight. Even though you said your dad didn't, good, he wasn't a fighter like that. I can't see a dad not wanting his son to be able to protect himself. That still lingers in my mind. It still lingers in my mind that you told me your dad's baby sister had braces, so he knew you needed them, but it wasn't important enough. Those two things linger on me. And how you say you felt real bad that you didn't speak to your dad one day, he was down and out and it ate you up. You told me you told two people that. Whoever you told that to, and they had the audacity to say you should have spoke to him, is the number one snake in your life. Now, you know who said that. Even if it's true, nobody should say that. They know that's something that tear you up and they can't wait to drive the nail in more. Them are people that are so miserable. Sometimes you got to dispose of them to make your success work. A lot of poor people in broke, low income minority areas are broke because they ain't got the courage to kick family to the curb. You can have parents, you can have a mother, you can have a grandmother, you can have a father that can make choices and decisions that'll ruin your life, and they got the audacity to complain when you argue about it or feel a certain way. You made a choice for me that ruined my life because you ain't got no vision and you wasn't blessed with no type of goal or skill or expertise that was worth million, or no vision for a destiny of success. That's your choice. That's your choice. You want to argue about the man and how man can't do this and everything is that, but you can't wait for that man to cut your ass a check. People mad at Donald Trump because he taking free money. Well, you loafed enough. He ain't tripping on people trying to get businesses, people trying to get grants, people trying to run money. It's because people ain't got no drive to do nothing, no vision or nothing worth value. So they know all they can do is live off the same man they complaining about, which makes them the dumbest mother effers on this earth. Stupidity. The type of people, when you play your videos a couple times, got the nerve to act like they got an attitude, but they can sit on bullshit, senseless social media, grabbling through the same nothing, low, zero, unachievable, unsuccessful, information giving ass videos all their life and just die a old bitter person in a cheap ass casket, mad at the world because they ain't got nothing to show for nothing they ever did in their life because they too arrogant to take order. If you broke and sorry, you gotta take order. You gotta work for somebody. You gotta make some money. You can't lose on one thing. I'll never do that again. Find yourself 80 years old with nothing. The only reason you ain't a millionaire is because of the people you around. Everybody that's millionaires and rich, like at your job, like your ideas. They don't want to see you had nothing because they haters, but they ain't never negative like the toxic people in your circle. Since I knew you, you went from a Chrysler 200, a year and a half, brand new Camry, year and a half, brand new Stinger. Kept that for 5 years just because you decided to invest in your teeth, which was the best investment in your life. Now you're in an $80,000 BMW, and you done figured out how to turn a 674 credit score to a 786 in 6 months. So your idea works. I bet you everybody in your circle will be saying, oh, you can't do that. I knew credit people back in the day. I know, forget who you knew back in the day. You had a 786, my nigga. Your Experian was an 801. You've just bought an $80,000 car and got 2 inquiries on your credit, and you still got Experian with the score of 706, a 719, and a 765. Now, by next year, you're going to be at all 8s, and especially when you get rid of this X5, you paying off a 75-month loan in a year. Your utilization is going to be 0, and you're going to have an 870 credit score. You're going up 100 points on each one. You will have all 8s. You'll have over $20,000 on your Capital One and $20,000 on your Kohl's card. You know how to do it. And like I told you, the plan you got is perfect. The first 60 days, which is to cover your car note for 2 months. I like how you put it together. You make $15 a day for 30 days. That's $450 a month, which will cover all your extra bills that you got to pay for this expensive BMW, which is AAA. $20 a day is $600 a month, which will cover everything extra, kick D-Nut off some, and have some more money. Stop taking people out and stop being a part of anything with people in your life that disrespect you and pull out their phone when you watching your new videos you did less than an hour ago. Don't support nobody that don't support you. I don't care if it's family. I don't care who it is. If they going somewhere, they going to a ball, they going to a play, they going to opera, they going to see a novel. If it's of importance to them, you don't go. Stop showing people support that don't show you support, because that's letting them know that they can play. And you really need to stop running your mouth to people in your circle. The only reason you bust these cars because you really just don't give a damn what nobody say. And that's why I admire you. Because nobody in your circle in their life probably never been in an $80,000 car, let alone had their own. Let alone act like somebody else who got something special, but when you get it, it ain't. You don't need nobody. You need to start deleting people. So your plan was perfect. I wasn't approving you sharing a car with your mom again, but I understand why you did it. I understand coverage. I understand insurance. I understand your strategic move of how to tax write-off vehicles, and that is genius because another year be here. You let her floss your car a little longer, but when it comes to June of next year, you will definitely have $100,000. I see how you're gonna do it. Out that 100, you get mom's a studio, get her a Kia Stinger. She keep talking about the Stinger. Well, get one. You can find one for $25,000. Put 10 on it, full coverage. Let her have a $300 car note. You pay it while you alive, if possible. $100,000. Get mom's a town, a studio. Get her that K. Oh, yeah, I'm reading it wrong. Yo, she meant to say the GT2 Stinger, and that's it. Get your own one-bedroom townhouse. Get that GLE 63S 2027. It's changing at 30. So for your 3-year lease, you'll be rolling $2,500 a month. So $30,000 for the year. Tax write it all off. Another $30,000 for the year for a nice one-bedroom townhouse in Irvine Spectrum Drive, away from everybody, in a rich neighborhood around rich people who you need to be surrounded with. Nobody in your circle was down with your success, so they don't need to live it with you. Mom's is your mom, so you get her her own stuff. Get her a studio. All that staying together for a man like you and your plans is going to just continue to cripple your success and be manipulated. That's just how it is. So when you get this 100,000, and I'm going to see to it that you get it. Mom's a studio for a year. That Kia. Then you go to Irvine. Get mom's a studio out here in Long Beach where she can be by her friends and all that. Let her get all of that stuff herself. You just make it happen. You don't want to hear no regrets. If I wouldn't have did this, I'll forget all that. Set it up. Get her and her shit. You go to Irvine and live your life in Irvine. Start a new life in Irvine with rich people, with new people, with other race people, with other hustle people, with other business mind, professionally put together, portrait made, vision having individuals. Now, haters in your circle are going to Google everything I said to prove it wrong, but I don't care about people like that. Those are the type of people that miss sleep to prove you wrong. The type of people that's up all day, every day, thinking how they can say something just to get it all tore down by somebody in 10 seconds. The type of people that you should shut up about herbs about. Stop talking about herbs to people because nobody in your circle is listening. Now, your discipline's problem is terrible because you don't practice what you preach, but nobody ain't never gonna listen to you. They always get the information from somebody else, and that somebody else will tell you you are a genius, or you are a doctor, or you are a lawyer. Are you a good person? Or you got all the game in the world? You would never hear from people that know you got all the game because you doing better than them. And with learned helplessness, you was trained to look up to people that actually need you. The guy you called Junior said he was your homie. That nigga gave you $10 out of $37.50. He wasn't your homie, and that ain't the first time somebody gave you crumbs out of a significant amount of income they ever came up on. But you will come up on $5,000 and spend $1,500 with somebody. people in your circle, if anybody in your circle came up on 100,000 or 50,000, I say 50 be a nice price. 50 or 100,000, I guarantee you out of 50, you damn sure didn't get 5,000. And out of 100, you didn't get 10,000. And the reason I know that, because you never spoke on it. Now, you wouldn't have no problem giving a homeless motherfucker 5,000 out of $50,000. But your own blood would never give you 5,000 out of 50, which is 10%. You would get 5 to 4%. Somebody in your family came up on $100,000 that's supposed to be close to you, especially besides Monet. Any other family or homies out of $100,000, you might get 5. I don't even say that. I say 3,500. Out of 50,000, you would get 2,000 tops. Maybe I say 1,500. Maybe not even that. Maybe not even told. That's why I told you need to learn yourself. You need to learn about your life insurance policies. You can pull money out your life insurance policies and do stuff with it because you done built up equity. You don't even know about your life insurance. You just know it's getting paid by moms. You don't know the back end. You don't know what all can be done. You don't know how you can pull money from that and use for an investment. Now you know, talking to me, how you can pull from your 401k at your job and use that for investment as your business. Your GM is smart and get her to help you invest money out of your 401k to invest in a business, which is a great conversation to have with her. That's the type of person you are. You got big ideas and big plans and you know big people. You don't just sit there charismating at work around all the people that's making the same pay, complaining amongst each other while the big bosses is just looking at y'all laughing. You go to the big source. Your supervisor got out of line. You took the write-up, flipped it, wrote his ass up, and turned him into a regular guard. You got AI to call you a genius, AI to make you a supervisor, but people trying to tell you doing wrong. I don't trust AI. Next year, get moms her own studio in Long Beach, that Kia, and you go to Irvine. You need to be by yourself in your own living for the rest of your life. You 53, you'll be 54. Your last fourth quarter, you need to be around nothing but positive energy, and you have not been getting it in the life you've been living, so you need to leave this life behind. Get away from everybody in your circle because they ain't did nothing positive for you yet. And like I said, if anybody in your bloodline or close circle leave a comment on your video now, it's only because they have heard the videos that you have reworded that I've written out to let them know what type of toxic slum they are. Because that Peter Marcos video was the biggest thing you did, far successful, doing a rap video at a $200 million Beverly Hills Rodale Drive jewelry man baller store. You met Cali Muscle, somebody you look at. You met Ralph McCon, you ain't got no proof, but I know you ain't lying. You met Phoenix Flexion, the rapper, you got pictures. You met Laz Alonso, you got pictures. Cali Muscle got pictures. You done did big stuff and you ain't needed nobody in your circle. No type of magic happens for you with your toxic surroundings. Yep, those are words from my great mentor. He said, nobody deserves my presence but her, the homegirl Irvine. And she right. Irvine, the only one who ever invested and never talked down to me, and she's successful. All the other haters who like, this ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work, you doing this, you doing that. Shut up, nigga. What you doing? Nigga, you ever been in a $28,000, $36,000 payoff Camry? No. You ever been in a $50,000 Stinger? No. You ever been in an $80,000 Beamer on $10,000 rims with the black sport package? No. You don't know about shit like that, nigga. Maybe your husband, your boyfriend, or some nigga you was messing with, or vice versa. Niggas that's hate, maybe your girlfriend, wife, or some female you was messing with might have had an $80,000 BMW. I doubt it, and I know this ain't shit because my homegirl Irvine got a $600,000 G-Wagon. But this is to my haters. Nigga, buying a house is a dumbass idea. That's what I hear from the real estate agents I know that's worth $5 million. They tell me, even my homegirl Irvine, and she made $197,000 in the last 6 months off property. She's saying buying property is a bad idea unless you balling enough where you can pay cash. She's like, why the hell am I going to put 20% down? I'm going to get in debt with the bank to pay off a home that's going to lose value. I'm already 50 years old. You're going to be 80, halfway dead, just to say you did what everybody else did. Something happened in that house, you got to pay for it. That's coming out your pocket on top of your loan. Then like you said, Alonzo, what dumbass to say, I could rent the house out, and then where you going to stay, nigga? Oh, you going to try to turn the garage into a room? That costs more money. Now you got to take out a second loan to get that fixed. You just digging yourself in the government's web, but you dumbasses is stuck living under the matrix. And that's like my mentor say, some people you can't take from the matrix. Just let them die doing what they do. You know, you done gave love to people. You done tried to be a nice person to people. You done told people about natural herbs. Whether they take it, that's on them. You done told people how to only pay back 5% of what they spend on a credit card. If they want to listen, that's on them. That ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Nigga, you turned a 684 credit score to a 786 in 7 months. That's not heard of. You know how to freeze your credit where you don't get inquiries and then unfreeze it. People don't even know about shit like that. Why are you wasting your time listening to people? Get this 100,000, get moms in her own shit, get her that Kia, and you go to Irvine. Y'all don't even be in the same city. Let mom stay in Long Beach with her friends in a nice spot. You need to be in Irvine with rich people hitting networking events and just having rich friends and rich friends. So by the time 2028 get here, or 2030, with a 63S change, you'll be 56 years old. You'll be sitting on $50 million damn dollars. So that's all you need to do. I'm proud of you. You did everything right. You got your new ride 2 months early. You got your teeth 70% straight to an $80,000 Beamer. You got street hustle together to cover your thing. I love how you think. Everything's happening for you. I just wish you wouldn't have shared the car, but I understand why you did it. And you proved everybody wrong. Your teeth almost done. You got an $80,000 car and you got a 760 credit score. And that's better than anybody in your circle because none of them never invested in themselves because they had no value. That's your dental work. None of them never had an $80,000 BMW black man working like you do. And none of them got pictures with celebrities. None of them never been a supervisor. And none of them never had AI to tell them they're a genius. And none of them was smart enough to know you would never be successful without a mentor, because how you gonna be a millionaire without somebody that got a million? Dumbass.